Hello everybody, Brian here. Today is June 29th, Monday, and we're going to talk about some video game news. So without any further ado, let's get into it. To start off, we have some free games to PlayStation Plus. It is the 10-year anniversary of the PlayStation Plus online subscription model that came out all the way back 10 years ago on the PlayStation 3. So to celebrate that, we have 3 games this month instead of the 2. And the 3 games are NBA 2K20, Rise of the Tomb Raider, 20-year celebration version, and an FMV game called Erica. So NBA 2K20, this game got totally review bombed. Everyone was so upset with it. Apparently, a bunch of microtransactions. Apparently, it's supposed to be a multiplayer game. A bunch of glitches. Runs horribly. Pretty embarrassing stuff. So I don't know. Maybe they fixed that stuff since then. I haven't played an NBA or I haven't played a basketball game since NBA Jam on Sega, to be honest. So I don't know. I kind of want to download it and play an NBA game. I haven't played a basketball game in forever, but it sounds like this is not the one to do that with. So I might have to give it a pass. We'll see. Rise of the Tomb Raider, that's a good game. And then we have the FMV game Erica. I've never heard of this, but I've seen a lot of those new FMV games on Steam. They usually get some pretty decent scores. They're a little bit of a different type of experience. It seems like something I would enjoy, though, so maybe I'll do a first 30 of that next week. But let's move on to the next bit of news. So Cyberpunk 2077. So CD Projekt Red did a Night City Wire live event last week. Actually, it seemed like it was pre-recorded. I don't think it was live, but they streamed it live on Twitch, and you got to see a lot of different gameplay, and they introduced this new gameplay feature that they really went into. That's kind of you replaying people's memories and being able to interact with things and kind of figure out clues and stuff like that. So it seems like there might be this game might have some mystery in it, some like things you have to kind of figure out and puzzle pieces you put together. So it's not just kind of like a detective type of game. In addition to all the other things that we've seen, that seems like it is an important part of the game, though. So you're most likely going to be uncovering secrets and things like that, which is cool. I mean, there's so many things to be excited about with Cyberpunk 2077, and this is just another knock on that list. So yeah, the game looked great. One thing that I wanted to say, that system of going back and seeing the people's memories, it really seemed like a glorified version of audio logs you can move a camera into and kind of instant replay things. It didn't seem like that revolutionary, but if it serves the game well, maybe it will be fun enough and interesting enough to explore a bit. And yeah, so we'll see. Moving on to some more Cyberpunk 2077 news. The developers were asked a little bit about the idea of people playing the game like it's Grand Theft Auto 5 and running around and shooting people and all that kind of stuff. And it is something that you can do in that game. But the developers were insinuating that it's something that you probably will not want to do in the game once you really start understanding your consequences or the consequences of your actions in the game and how much things like will affect the game world. Kind of like The Witcher. Like there's things in The Witcher where like if you kill certain NPCs, they're dead forever. There's you could save towns where they will be repopulated, and there'll be a town somewhere that was once deserted if you do some missions. So like there's just consequence to your actions. So it sounds like that's going to be the case for Cyberpunk 2077. They also mentioned, they kind of vaguely mentioned some kind of paradigm kind of thing like in Mass Effect where, you can maybe get alternative story stuff depending on how you behave. So maybe there is room for that kind of a, negative character playthrough. But the idea of having a game that has more consequences that doesn't that allows you to have the freedom to do things, but then also like gives you reasons to not do certain things. It sounds like a lived-in world. Like that sounds exciting. So I'm very excited for that game. As always, I always talk about it. And let's move on to a little bit of news about the Nintendo Switch. We have another port coming to the Nintendo Switch, Ori and the Will of the Wisps. And the reason I wanted to talk about it is because it is yet another port that is supposedly going to have a pretty heavy downgrade that will not run at 60 frames per second. So this is just a bummer because, the Nintendo Switch, great console. I don't want us to have to get a Nintendo Switch Pro to be able to play games, but it sounds like there might have to be some type of an upgrade if we want to continue to get high level new ports from PC and other consoles and things like that. So yeah, it's a bummer. I want to keep an eye on this though because the Nintendo Switch is a very dear console to my heart. And rounding out the news, Magic came out with a new core set. I posted some videos. You guys probably saw me playing a bit of it. Overall, core sets are usually pretty boring. It's not the most exciting thing, but it plays okay. But I wanted to just mention that you can get some free packs if you guys are just starting this game or you haven't played it yet, and you want to play it. It's a free game. And then there's some codes that you can go here on Game Rants, or you can just search for it online. There's some codes here that you can like put in all these, and you get a bunch of free packs and stuff just to start stuff out. Just to start you off with some cards. Yeah, so that is about it for the news. Thank you guys again so much for watching. We got a bunch of new stuff coming up this next month. We got Ghost of Tsushima coming out, so that's going to be exciting. And as always, if there's any games you guys want me to take a look at or anything like that, please leave them in the comments. I'd love to, play some stuff you guys are interested in. So until next time, I will see you guys later. Thank you guys again so much for watching.